that Nigeria's determination to be a proactive partner in global food resilience was uppermost in federal government agenda.
Since 2021, when we unveiled our national food systems transformation pathway, Nigeria has journeyed with a clear focus. We have pursued institutional reforms with vigor. We have rolled out targeted investments in infrastructure and human capacity.
He outlined the presidential initiative on food security, which is driving the nationwide scale-up of staple crops such as maize, rice, cassava, and wheat through government smart agriculture practices.
Nigeria has journeyed with a clear focus. We have pursued institutional reforms with vigor. We have rolled out targeted investments in infrastructure and human capacity. We have deepened partnerships across sectors and prioritized agro-industrialization as a key driver of inclusive growth. Our declaration of the national emergency on food security was not a cry of alarm. It's the reason we are advancing the presidential initiative on food security, a mission designed to upscale the cultivation of vital staples.
The Vice President also stressed that nutrition remains central to Nigeria's long-term development strategies from the National Development Plan to Agenda 2050. In line with this commitment, the initiative, he noted, is bringing the Sustainable Development Goal to life in all 774 local government areas, transforming policy pledges into real meals for communities. Lauren Kwegbe, EBS News.
Moving on, the European Union has refuted claims that it has reduced its humanitarian assistance to Nigeria, particularly in an effort to tackle the growing challenges of food and nutrition insecurity. As follows a press release issued on 25 July by Medicines Sans Frontières, also known as Doctors Without Borders, which alleged that the EU and other international donors have made massive cuts in their support for the nutrition crisis in Nigeria. The press statement signed by the EU delegation to Nigeria and ECOWAS on Monday, the EU described the information as unsubstantiated and inaccurate, stressing that the level of humanitarian support provided through the EU Civil Protection and Humanitarian Aid Office in Nigeria this year has remained consistent. Governor Monday Okpebholo has approved the nomination of Kabiru Ajoto as Chairman-Designate at the State Local Government Service Commission. In a statement by the Secretary to the State Government, Umar Musa Ikilo, said that the nomination will be forwarded to the House of Assembly for consideration and confirmation. Kabiru Ajoto is an astute politician, committee leader in Akwa local government area of Edo State and former Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly from 2009 to 2019. In the meantime, Governor Monday Okpebholo has approved the appointment of architect Fashanu Emmanuel as the Executive Director / CEO of Edo State Flood Erosion and Watershed Management Agency. He is to replace outgoing Executive Director / CEO of the agency, Ahmed Musa Momo, who has, by this notice, been relieved of the position. Fashanu Emmanuel is a seasoned architect with experience spanning over 2 decades. He has a Bachelor of Science degree in Architecture from the Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife in 1999 and a Master's degree in Architecture from the University of Jos in 2011. His appointment takes immediate effect according to the statement by the Secretary to the State Government, Umar Musa Ikilo. Edo State Government has suspended Phyllis Osewengi Esera, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Oil and Gas, following allegations of unauthorized fundraising using the state's name. The decision comes ahead of the scheduled Oil and Gas Summit set to take place in Benin City on Thursday, August 7, 2025. An official statement issued on Monday, July 29, the Secretary to the State Government, Umar Musa Ikilo, confirmed that the governor has ordered the suspension of Mr. Esera due to his involvement in activities not authorized by the government. The statement also revealed that the advisor has been instructed to refund all monies received from donors under the guise of the summit. The government further advised the public and prospective donors to cease dealings with Mr. Asare, emphasizing that the summit organizer has been suspended and that the event has been effectively halted until further notice. Moving on, the Governor Monday Okpebholo, has congratulated the member representing Ovio North-East Constituency 2, Andrew Uzomere, on his decision to dump the People's Democratic Party for the All Progressive Congress. The governor was speaking at Okada, the administrative headquarters of Ovio North-East local government area, where the lawmaker formally defected to the ruling APC. Robert Obebo has details.
Governor Monday Okpebholo said Andrew Uzomere's decision to identify with the APC did not come to him as a surprise, as the lawmaker had before now appreciated his joint strides in the state. The governor thereafter thanked Andrew Uzomere and his team of supporters for choosing the APC. Uzomere, a PDP steward from Isiwa Road, Peter Ekato, also dumped the PDP for the ruling APC. Receiving the defectors and their supporters, the state chairman of APC, Jared Tenebe, assured that new members will enjoy equal opportunity with old members. The lawmaker Andrew Uzomere described his defection to the party as homecoming. In a similar vein, the two-term member of the State House of Assembly, Peter Ekato of Isiwa Road, said his entrance into the APC marks a significant rebirth in his political career. Leaders and members at the event said the entrance of Andrew Uzomere and Peter Ekato means that the APC will continue to hold sway in Ovio North-East.
Each one of this recognized this effort and decided to identify with Mr. Governor to come and help him develop a state. I don't know if the party Uzomere, but the APC is a big part. I don't know if you see them. What's your sort of
the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Blessing Obebeko, and other defectors were in attendance. Robert Obebo, ABS News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has commenced the training of trainers at the Electoral Institute in Abuja. This, according to the Commission, is part of effort to ensure a seamless resumption of the continuous voter registration exercise ahead of the 2027 general election. According to the BEI chairman, the online phase of the CVR will commence on Monday, 18th August 2025, followed by the physical and in-person registration from Monday, 25th August 2025. The Independent National Electoral Commission has received a delegation from the ECOWAS network of electoral commissions on a post-election follow-up and needs assessment mission to Nigeria. The meeting at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja is aimed at reviewing Nigeria's implementation of recommendations made by the ECOWAS Election Observation Mission following the 2023 general election. EBS Correspondent Director Mahmoud tells us more.
Welcoming the delegation, INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu stressed the importance of the mission. He said during routine, the meeting is a critical component of democratic consolidation in West Africa. The INEC boss notes that ECOWAS had issued 37 recommendations, 13 addressed to INEC and 24 to other stakeholders.
Of these recommendations, 13 are addressed to INEC, while 24 require action by INEC institutions and stakeholders, such as the National Assembly, the Nigeria Police Force, the National Broadcasting Commission, the National Information Technology Development Agency, civil society organizations, the Nigeria Union of Journalists, and political parties under the umbrella of the Interparty Advisory Council, IPAC.
Yakubu maintained that the Commission has already taken administrative steps on the 13 recommendations, where it awaits legislative interventions from the National Assembly on matters requiring legal reform.
The Commission has prepared a detailed response to each of the 13 observations, most of which are already contained in our 142 recommendations for electoral reform, which resulted from wide-ranging consultations with critical stakeholders.
Chairperson of Liberia's National Elections Commission and the leader of the ECONEC mission to Nigeria, David Etta Ranlazana, disclosed that the mission is basically a peer-to-peer learning platform. She adds that the challenges and solutions during Nigeria's 2023 elections were of great value to other electoral bodies in the region. The mission here is one that is determined to learn. We want to learn what happened so that we use your expertise in dealing with the problems or challenges to better situate our individual election management bodies processes. The leader of the ECONEC mission to Nigeria, however, commended Mahmoud Yakubu and the entire INEC team for their commitment to democratic values and advancing electoral integrity in Nigeria and across the West African region. From Abuja, Henrietta Momodu, ABS News.
You can watch EBS's Start Time Channel 113, Go TV Channel 149 and Terrestrial Channel 45. For the latest news and information, be sure to visit our website at ebsng.com. Join the conversation and listen live at ebsng.com/radio. Subscribe to EBS on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook at EBS Benin. This news is reaching you live from EBS Radio at the State Nigeria. The news returns shortly after this time out.
The Edo State government has taken a bold stand against crime. The governor, Senator Monday Okporo, has signed
On Monday, while reacting to the statement credited to the Chief Executive Dangote Groups, Aliko Dangote, to the effect that the federal government should place ban on importation of oil. Clement Akasi quotes the motorists and stakeholders as describing Dangote's call as one informed by selfish tendencies. The report.
In the wake of the removal of fuel subsidy, the pump price of fuel hit the rooftops, selling above 1,300 naira per litre. But with the market forces playing out, more filling stations now dispense fuel far less than 1,000 naira per litre. Some Benin residents say will be a forgotten conclusion when the downstream oil sector is monopolized. These are not bankruptcies. To monopolize the sale of fuel to Nigerians. And then the price will skyrocket. Can you help me with the price? How many percent is per year? A week? Can you help me? For now, I don't take 100. Honestly, let's have proposal first. Some motorists in a similar vein believe that adhering to Dangote's call is the worst thing to happen to the oil sector in Nigeria.
Our government should make their own provision for fuel for the country. Yes, no one cannot serve the country. No one is certain. They should not allow they should get our what is the salaries from Patatak, South Eastern. They should repair. They should do it to us that the fuel will be floating.
Many years ago, we didn't have people that work in the sale and swap petrol products. But when some persons took advantage of that, they didn't suffer. They didn't have any PC member. So learning and taking a cue from that, allowing one person to determine the very strategic assets and important commodity as petroleum, which is the level of not just our transmission, of our economic activity, is a prescription to economic anarchy. For an oil marketer and a lawmaker representing Oyo Musa constituency and the State House Assembly, Honorable Yamu Bright, it is a case of different folks, different strokes, as the okayed Dangote's call.
I don't think we should be importing fuel right now, but even the refinery for Dangote now, they have the capacity to produce more fuel than for what the country can use. Because there are so many stakeholders and the various sectors who are benefiting when we are getting these things outside and when it's inside. So if maybe the stars will get power from here and different, it will benefit all our citizens.
It was, however, a unanimous suggestion that the federal government should ensure the national refineries are revived before a ban on importation of fuel to avoid monopoly. Clement Akasi, ABS News.
The Senate recently approved a staggering $21 billion foreign borrowing request for President Bola Tinubu, raising critical questions about debt sustainability, economic priorities, and burden on future generations. Business correspondent Wisdom Amobe has details.
Those in favor of the recommendation, those against it, nay.
The Senate approved over $21 billion in foreign loans for 2025-2026 following President Tinubu's request to fund infrastructure, power, agriculture, and road development, including Eastern Road Corridor. This comes at a time when Nigeria's public debt exceeds 149 trillion naira, with foreign debt around $45 billion as of first quarter 2025. So the question isn't whether the nation should borrow, but whether Nigeria can afford to continue borrowing without deeper structural reforms.
This interest, in the sense that if our banks are getting money, how will they be paying for our economy? But our economy now is getting higher. Money is not sufficient to buy anything. So if our banks are not borrowing the money, how will they be paying as interest? It's not about borrowing from
implication of rising debt on Nigeria's economy?
Implication will mean more hardship. It will mean hyperinflation, because hyperinflation definitely is the cost of things actually going up high. It will mean higher interest rates. It will mean increased taxation, which will bring severe hardship on the people. If this money is being bought and not used to develop infrastructures, invest in viable sectors that can reinvigorate the economy, restructure the economy, and bring more production, more input into the economy so that we can start exporting.
Nigeria's rising debt profile presents both opportunities and challenges. How borrowing can fuel economic growth and development, and check debt accumulation can lead to financial instability. Wisdom allowed by ABS News.
As the world marks World Hepatitis Day on July 28, medical experts have advised members of the public on the preventive measures and possible barriers to the prevention of the disease. I spoke with EBS Obafemi Olufohai. The report.
July 28 is observed the world over as Hepatitis Day to raise awareness on the disease, which is the inflammation of the liver caused by a viral infection that affects millions of people, leading to about 1.34 million deaths annually. The 5 common types of the disease are hepatitis A, B, C, D, and E, with that of B and C being the strongest, as it presently has no cure. Doctors Atame Agboku and Dominic Activie speak on some of its causes and prevention.
It can be caused by viral infection. It can be caused by alcohol, drug abuse, both hepatitis A and E. It can be transmitted through contaminated food or water.
The general transmission comes from use of shops, blood products, from sexual transmission, where there is also in maternal to child transmission, for the vertical transmission in medicine, and exchange of bodily fluids, especially the patient now that is transmitting the disease. This is effective stage.
They also give insight on the barriers to its prevention and care of hepatitis.
In hygiene, contaminated water should be avoided. Then wash hand before you take food. When you are taking blood, drink from outlet approved water. All the blood that are given there are screened for HIV and hepatitis.
One of the barriers of prevention of hepatitis B or hepatitis in general would be inadequate government funding. It's very expensive. If there's no government support in procuring these vaccines, it will be difficult for the newly diagnosed or the individual living with hepatitis B to be treated. Lack of proper health education. Hepatitis generally are very preventable. If the public, just like what you're doing now currently, they have the idea, knowledge about it generally. So studies have shown that hepatitis virus lasts way longer. It takes months on the surface and can still infect an individual when compared with HIV. Well, both of them are both viral diseases. They can transmit this infection to an individual. Hepatitis could be tougher.
The 2025 theme is Let's Break It Down, and it's an urgent call for collective action. Obafemi Olufohai, ABS News.
The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention has reported 11 confirmed new cases of Lassa fever in three states of the Federation. This came as the agency said 811 confirmed cases and 152 deaths had been recorded cumulatively in 2025. The publication from the agency Corporate Communication Division said 89% of confirmed cases are from 5 states: Edo, Ondo, Bauchi, Taraba, and Ebonyi. 11 new confirmed cases reported in Ondo, Edo, and Benue states. One person has been killed following the invasion of displaced hippopotamuses in the Guyuk and Sheneng local government area of Adamawa State. The chairman of Guyuk local government, Mr. Shalom Kaza, said on Monday in the Banjiram community that a young man was reportedly killed by one of the animals during the attack. Kaza said the hippopotamuses displaced by flooding around the Kiri Dam in Shelling were now within communities, farmlands and riverbanks, causing fear among residents. Kaza explained the persistent flooding across several parts of the state, especially in Guyuk and Shelling, has forced the animals out of their natural habitat and into populated areas. To end the news, here are some of our top stories. According to you, the motorist stakeholders have urged the federal government to safeguard gains of oil deregulation. We also reported to you the Edo State Governor has approved Kabiru Ajoto as chairman designate at the Local Government Service Commission. And President Bola Tinubu has conferred national honors until profile comes. That ends the news at dawn as edited by Josephine Ihimie. I am Belema Ikiriko. Good morning.
loved it. That's, of course, something that you need to look out for. I'm really excited about that. But anyways, good morning, welcome. This is the Star Station, it's 95.7, and we're here again. And the main crew is here. I'll start from let's start from the left. Sugar Baby, good morning.
Good morning, people.
And of course, we've got Desmond in the studio, Baba D. Good morning, man.
Good morning, AJ. Good morning, Benin City. Good morning, Nigeria.
And of course, we have Chris in Abulele. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Benin City.
Yes, and of course, we've got a weather girl here, Alfred, and she's going to let us know what exactly is happening in the skies. It's been a bit weird. The weather yesterday was a bit weird. It didn't rain throughout, but every time I was on the road, it was raining, and I felt like I did something wrong. So hopefully you can let us know how to avoid feeling that way by what's going on up there.
Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Nigeria. Okay. A way of making you keeping your abreast with what's happening in the sky, so you don't put in your life. And you just said, Benin City, as a matter of fact, we're gradually entering into the break. So a couple of weeks from now, you are not going to be expecting rain at all in your city. But presently in Benin City, it's going to rain, not so heavy, just light showers, drizzles, but the rain's going to come down. And not everywhere in the city, so make sure you are in tune with that so you don't get caught up. And also, other cities in Nigeria, Enugu, Calabar, Port Harcourt, Ikeja is going to be sunny today, so make sure to put that at the back of your mind. Akure, it's going to be cloudy today and tomorrow. Ibadan is going to rain. Abuja is going to rain. Jalingo, it's going to rain. Jos, it's going to rain. So, but the rains are not going to be heavy today, except for some parts of your city. But not generally, like naturally, it's going to be.
Are we safe here on the hill? Okay, so I'll also say, funny thing, a doctor once said to me that the drizzles and showers, that's what causes more of a fever and sickness. Like, man, it's not really the heavy rain. I don't know how true that is.
The body is trying to accustom itself to the weather, the weather condition, so it's trying to balance. So it's drizzling and it's thinking it wants to rain. So it's just that anomality, that's, irregularity.
So I think we should pay attention more to our health this period. We can't have you breaking down. If you have to stay away from cold water, do that. I would say take a vitamin C, whatever that may be. What oranges? What are some vitamin C fruits that we have, guys?
The citrus fruit.
Yeah.
Basically, you have to try as much as possible to keep yourself active. Not just about taking vitamin C and sitting in a place for hours.
So it's safe to say weather for two.
These kids, I don't think he doesn't need to go to church now. I go to the mouths now. I need to deliver you guys.
Well, anyways, I believe that's what we have happening in the skies. Going to be light showers today, so I'll say carry an umbrella. The small one, put in your bag. When you're walking around there. But I want to look like a cool guy, because I know some guys that feel like they don't feel very masculine carrying that tiny umbrella. So just go rather just enter the rain like that. Don't worry, there was no guy for sickness.
But the fact is, really, the outbreak of this dengue fever, diphtheria, it's always time for us now. Because since it is flooded kind of, you need to keep your surroundings clean, keep yourself clean to avoid all these infections.
Kind of infection. Also, there's dengue fever, another fever that's on the rise is Lassa fever. You read that in the news dawn. So I would say, what now? Keep your food stored.
Yes, it's like decades. Yes, that's 60 something.
And the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, has reported a total of 152 deaths from Lassa fever in the first 28 weeks of 2025.
I can imagine that's huge.
That's huge, actually.
Lassa is becoming on the increase, actually.
Yeah, and according to the latest,
people should pay more attention to the environment.
They should.
The rodents should not be kept alive, honestly, because I think
These are the major causes of loss of hair.
Basically the carriers, because the picture here has an image of a rat right beside
Yes,
it.
a rat.
Beside it. It says the... I think it's fumigation.
Fumigation.
I think they're really...
Clearing of your surroundings all together. You can't.
It's possible. And avoid clutters, right? If you're...
It's not auspicious of rats. It's a better auspicious of rats. It's an auspicious of rats.
What's it called? The one with the long mouth. I heard that when it's biting you, if it bites your leg, it will be blowing it so that you don't feel it like... so that you don't wake up. It's so horrible. But anyways, I think it's also possible. Yeah, just avoid clutters as well. If you're one that's a hoarder and your room is full of God knows what, just try and throw it away. There are people who are those who are hoarders. Yeah. All right. So let's look at a couple of things that are trending. Another thing that's hit home. It really hit home because it's about reporters in Gaza, and they are currently facing the same conditions as the people there. They're starving and they want to go home, basically. So just to get a little bit into that story, we have right here. So I'm just having a bit of a difficulty right there bringing it out.
While we're on that, remember you can actually watch us live on Facebook at EBS Benin. Yes, we are all across our social media platforms. Go check us out and actually be part of the conversation. Let's kick up with what is actually trending on socials.
Yeah, but before we go there, thank you for having out there. I just got the story, and yes, we have about the Palestinian journalists and other journalists as well in the middle of the war are being starved. That's what the Media Watchdog says. Committee to Protect Journalists says the reporters are losing consciousness from hunger and they are at risk of Israeli attacks. And at least 179 Palestinian journalists have been killed since the start of the war, according to the Committee to Protect Journalists. So this is something that I found very, very sad because, first of all, people don't understand how risky it can be, being a journalist, being a reporter, putting your life on the line. We see a lot of videos like that. I've seen videos of reporters who, were injured just in the line, and now we're seeing reporters are currently being starved, and it's just so sad that those who are going there to just do their duty are now, being met with this kind of conditions. So that's one thing that was trending, and they were speaking out and crying. Yeah.
Hunger is one very bad thing when it comes to war, and I think thunder was used as kind of weapon. But even the Nigerian Biafra war, they have to starve them from food, and they all came out surrendering. Six journalists are there, and without food, you can't be energized to carry out functions as it were. So it's really a clear on call, and it's actually so serious this time.
I'm seeing that some of them are even unable to carry the cameras anymore. That's how deep the hunger is.
Yeah, just imagine you're not eating for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Think about this.
I think it's about time for this Israel bombing of Gaza to cease, to come to out, because the US is also contributing to this whole thing. I thought that our Messiah Trump, why prior to his election, saying that in 1 week the war is going to stop in Russia, Ukraine in 24 hours.
At this point, sorry to didn't jump in. Remember, this is even coming off of an agreed ceasefire. So these are people who have agreed on a ceasefire. We're not trying to fight anymore. We had Israel having the side distractions, but going back to Gaza, it's still continuing the bombing.
The last meeting that was held in Qatar was on Thursday or Wednesday. The US came up to say that Hamas wasn't ready for ceasefire, and that I think there are still some hostages, some Israeli hostages.
No, there are hostages.
Yeah, sure. So they're trying to maybe trade hostages now. Yes. So until those hostages are totally released, I don't think Israel is going to back up. But I still feel they can still do something. They can just because of the few people alive, so that they don't just eliminate the whole of Palestine. you know, it's sad. People are dying every day.
This is a story, really.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't read the road news yesterday where the men go for food hunting and they don't return again.
Return back, yes.
The women now tend to take the responsibility and some don't even come back. You know, leaving their children to themselves and the fields and the food don't know what to do. It's, you know, so sad.
It's not funny anymore.
That's why I tell people at times that you don't know what war is. The price of war, you just can't get it. Because peace is priceless.
Yes, of course.
That world war, you don't dare because a lot of things that you don't imagine will happen.
Yeah.
And to bring it back, it will be so serious. It's all right.
Okay, still on these hotline issues across socials, this would actually involving Nigerians, we have trending on social, Nigerian Moscow protests erupted in Ghana. Now, there are reports of Nigerians facing xenophobia in South Africa and growing anti-Nigerian sentiment, sometimes described as Afrophobia in Ghana. Now, yesterday, across cities in Ghana, Ghanaians took to the street chanting Nigerians must go. They called on Nigerian presence threaten public safety and quality of life.
I'm sure I was a very young lad, but I'll jump to Desmond and Chris to shine light on the Ghana Must Go movement and what exactly happened during that.
Let me actually give you more details before we actually start having diverse opinions on it. Now, Nigerians have frequently been targeted in xenophobic violence in South Africa. After the 2019 Johannesburg riots, approximately 50 Nigerian-owned businesses were destroyed and 640 Nigerians voluntarily evacuated with assistance from Nigerian government. Now, Nigerians have also been commonly portrayed as illegal drug dealers or involved in crime, fueling xenophobic narratives and hostility in South African society. Now, let's come to Ghana. This protest in Ghana featured placards accusing Nigerians of activities such as prostitution, kidnapping, ritualism, and violent crime, with demonstrators chanting Nigerians must go. Like, I watched the video and they were like, in fact, they're tired of Nigerians, that you can't start going, they are bad people. That is what they were saying in the video. I can actually play out the video. And this has led to groups such as the National Association of University Students to officially call on the Ghanaian government to step in, warning the protests with anti-Nigerian slogans constitute xenophobia and threaten Nigerian safety in Ghana. Now, here is the big question. With this latest protest in Ghana against Nigerians, do you think it's just about the crimes they claimed, or is there a deeper Afrophobia or xenophobic attitude at play here?
In 1983, actually, I think that was when...
Yeah, that's when it happened.
Yeah, President Shagari was there. Yes, Ghana must go. I think then Ghana was in Nigeria searching for greener pastures, as it were, because Nigeria actually was booming and things were going fine up about, as it were. And of course, some nuisance were being created by this. There's people, you see them, most of them doing odd jobs, and just like what we have these carpenters do right now. And I think it came to a time where I said, no, the country's overpopulated. Let's if you're not in Nigeria, let's move. That was when this bag started coming up. Started putting their bags. Ghana must go. But now it's time for them to say Nigeria must go. And the reason is now, some say Nigerians are causing some crimes, and not just crime. A Nigerian man knows exactly how to enjoy himself.
Yeah, that's that.
So they don't take any second fiddle in having creative activities for themselves. So when they are there, maybe they are dominating the Ghanaians, as it were. So I want to say, no, these guys are just overpowering us in our own land. And let's see how we can.
Yes,
It's something in South Africa too. That's one there.
exactly. In South Africa, I think Nigerians in Africa, regardless of sometimes we still talk about our economy, talk about our leaders and all that. Nigerians anywhere in Africa or even anywhere in the world, I think we are intimidating. Yes, we dominate. Very, very. So if you have 4 or 5 Africans, because there's a Nigerian there, the other four African people, they don't have fear, they don't feel intimidated because they know that one Nigeria can stand for all of them. And Nigerians also going to Ghana, going to South Africa, trust me, yes, they've been indulging themselves in those crimes, drug headland, but it is not without the aid of the Ghanaians and the South Africans.
There's that.
Yes. And also the cases of Nigerians taking their women, taking their women, driving the best cars and just intimidating them.
And Eminem in Ghana has the best shop over there.
Exactly.
And Eminem in South Africa has the best shop. I was going to say that I believe that this is still down to the petty spat. So this whole Ghana versus Nigeria thing is a conversation.
You don't have your proper documents. We are absolutely, but if you are well documented, you can stay.
So I wonder on what grounds are they asking the Nigerians to leave? So of course, as the case develops, but I believe it's a little bit of the Afrophobia. Why? It's because, like we said, Nigerians are loud and proud. We always like to show up. We like to show that we're here. I think also the Ghanaians have been a little bit intimidated. There's been a lot of spat back and forth. I don't even remember when they started ordering taxi services here in Nigeria. Then what they do is they order a taxi service and they order from let's say the Ramat Park to Ring Road, and then the driver gets there and is looking for a Mutumbo, and he tells the driver that, oh, I'm in South Africa. So Nigerians retaliated, right? And they did their own battle. So there's been a back and forth with Ghana and Nigeria, also with the Jollof thing.
And this is what attackers are really affected Nigerians, because most of them have great business there.
Yes. And I was getting to that, so that, yes, of course, that they say Nigerians are involved in crime, as of every other, I guess, African country, and even they too, the Ghanaians would be involved in crime.
I just thought they are involved in crime without the aid of those South Africans and Ghanaians.
I thought Ghana is benefiting from Nigerians' labor for Nigerians, and they should really think carefully before they hit the streets to
They have already hit the streets.
Yeah, well, they should think again. They should think again.
No, but I don't want to cause this, because I know Nigerians, when it starts, we don't like starting like this, but when it starts, trust Nigerians. I know the Nigerians over there, we just ask the Ghanaians to take it easy. The Nigerian Union of Students, they have actually come up to say, please don't let it affect our students, and of course, like that. But once they're not by Nigerians, we know how to soji fat. You know what I'm saying? That's just it.
Okay, moving on, we have Charlie Boy's story. Charlie Boy reacts to the renaming of Charlie Boy Bus Stop to Olamide Bus Stop. In his words, he described it as a little bit silly, a little bit party. Do you agree with Charlie Boy, or is it simply a well-deserved honor for Olamide?
It is not a well-deserved renaming. Let me tell you, Charlie Boy is a household name in Nigeria.
No, see, first of all, let us start. The naming of streets here goes down to the local government.
Yes.
The local government has the sole prerogative as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution as amended. Naming of streets, giving numbers to houses. So it's their sole responsibility to do that. So if the chairman of that local government particularly says, okay, I have to give this street to St. Patrick's, he so do. Maybe next time another chairman calls, okay, this street has capacity, I want to give it to Desmond. Fine. So be it.
But trust me, Nigerians won't. I'm talking about Lagosians. They won't comply with the new name. They're already used to a particular name.
Olamide is also a son of the soil.
They're already used to it. It's a very popular bus stop in Lagos. So Lagosians are already used to that. If you start saying Bado, because the bus stop is not Bado. Yes. If you start saying Bado bus stop, I'm not sure Lagos, even the driver won't even stop you there.
So when Charlie Boy started music, Olamide has not been even thinking of going to this planet Earth. So
I think they are also students having that. They are also tribal sentiments. Charlie Boy is from the eastern part of the country. But Charlie Boy has said that he's telling in that street that he did not even name that street. That it was the people of that community that named that place in Charlie Boy bus stop. And that he has empowered over 2,500 people, buy them motorbikes.
He was better than that area.
So he has done a lot for that. He didn't even name that place. It was the community
community that named that place, all of a sudden you are coming with another name.
You know what's so funny is that the Badu himself is unfazed by this. He hasn't come out to make any public statements at all. Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't even want to involve in this sort of PR.
With Baba again.
I think so.
Okay, still on trending situations on social media, we have moving to Bibi Naja. We have Bibi Naja housemate Koyi and Kim Bobo had an altercation over food. Koyi wasn't satisfied with his portion and they demanded for more. Now in response, Kim Bobo fired back and said, "Now your papa get this house." And Koyi didn't like his father was dragged into the matter and he started crying. The full grown man was crying and wanted to settle it now with fists.
Well, again, I'll say big brothers are drama. If you're a fan, I guess this is your time again. But yeah, we're going to see a lot of stories like this. We put a whole bunch of, hormone-raging adolescents or adults in a house, and of course you're going to get these types of...
And it's even up to a week and they're already debating on, busting their head because of food.
And again, mind you, a lot of them going there with like a strategy, and a lot of these fights are orchestrated. So it's like, okay, I'm going to be a troublemaker.
Are you following on with Big Brother Nigeria?
I'm just giving people that seems a few updates on it.
Because I want to know some of the housemates so that we can get
We have
answers.
Tamar Lawson from River State.
Why are you so interested in River State?
Because that's where we're from.
Alright, let's quickly get to the papers this morning. I'll begin with the Punch newspaper. And we have Fiat war brews as Dangote presses Tinubu to ban imports. Alright, let's continue with the papers. Electricity Act Amendment Bill, federal government may sell 11 discos to new investors. Federal government may sell 11 discos to new investors, and that's what's on the front page.
We need fresh hands to really handle the distribution sector of our electricity. So let's see, because the discourse we have now, they've not really lived up to expectation. So let's see if new hands will change things.
In 2027, APC kicks as opposition backs single-day polls. And cheating, Ondo girl nabbed for stabbing boyfriend to death.
Just to jump back, I was wondering, who's now going to pay off the 2.75 million that the discos, they're owing in tax?
That's a liability. Sure.
Sorry, let's go on.
Alright, GSC tomorrow as faction moves to sack Lagos APC chairman. Nurses strike to hit hospitals nationwide Wednesday. That's tomorrow. And I don't know what the federal government need to do something quickly to address this issue. Whatever is the reason for them going on strike should be addressed quickly. Tinubu government splashed 4.95 billion naira cash houses on Falcons. I'm so proud to see those girls back home.
I'm excited.
I was expecting that from Belema this morning, seeing young, dynamic, talented girls with winning, is it winning now? Gifted $100,000 each. And also 3-bedroom apartment in Abuja.
$100,000 each or 10 million naira.
10 million naira each.
It makes me want to achieve that.
It's from the progressive governance.
Okay.
And why $100,000 is from the federal government.
I think I'll be considering going into sport after this.
And then 3-bedroom flats.
Yeah.
And the national office of the order in Nigeria. So when you see Rashidat Ajibade is now, and to a name.
I'm telling you.
And this was Victor Boniface asking Oshuala his cut from the $100,000.
That guy is he's always super funny. Victor Boniface.
This is to encourage female football, and those ladies around there, you can do the way things you like. We have the best here.
Miracle. Final Queens. Yeah. She's already a continent.
Alright, National World Bank unveiled projects to upgrade 490 secondary schools. 1 man kills 4, serve in New York office tour shooting. Jigawa pardons 245 absentee teachers after apologies. Soldier NAC suspended Nigerian terrorist in Yobe kills scores across theaters. Suspect accomplice arrested in Delta for faking kidnap. Suspect accomplice arrested in Delta for faking kidnap, and the EFCC arrested the two suspected internet fraudsters, recovered car in Bauchi. Kidnappers threatening to kill 6 abductor law students over unpaid ransom.
It's tragic.
And the youth protest over erosion, kidnapping, grounds traffic. And police probe assault on Edo activist. And let's look at the business angle here. Rare signs MOUs on 500 billion renewable energy investment. AJ, you want to say something?
I'm just wondering, people who orchestrate or I say plan kidnaps, who kidnap themselves, that's basically fake kidnaps. I find that so baffling. I guess this is due to the rise in kidnap cases. So they think that kidnapping yourself is a way to get more making money. I just find that so hilarious.
So you gotta blame this on the security apparatus we have, both the Nigerian Army, we have the Air Force and police, and yet it was in the news yesterday. 53 kidnappers from a community, and they were asked to pay $1 million each. Okay, only 18 could pay that $1 million, and they released those 18, and the rest was slaughtered. In this country that we are, I mean, it's really, really bad. Truly bad. No gainsaying the fact about it. Truly bad. Where are these guys? Where are security apparatus? Where are the kind of jets that you say we have? Can we fly these people out? Because it's easier to judge when you're not in the shoes, but if you're in the shoes, you know what I'm talking about.
And you know what I find so, I don't even know if to call it hilarious now, but it's not funny, is how these bandits are led on TikTok, displaying huge amounts of cash. I've seen a couple of them on Facebook as well, and I'm like, are these videos really untraceable? Are these people filming themselves, having the brazen courage to do that, knowing that, okay, no sort of repercussions coming on?
And you can't fish out these people.
Very strange. Very, very strange. And somebody will throw Naira in the air and all of a sudden he's landed himself in one trouble because, of course, you cannot abuse the Naira. But these people are also posting online. I believe they can be found. IP addresses can be tracked.
Posting Naira, posting arms and ammunitions.
And
also posting their victims. Posting their location. So why can't they be tracked? What is the problem? It's just so sad that things happen like that. People are being slaughtered on a daily basis in hundreds every day. Well, I would just put a little input concerning it. Now, there's something that we said one time, because Mr. Christian said, what are we using with our fighter jet? Well, we're not using it. Okay, now, there was some reports to that. Why they are not using just protocol? Because several times when they use it, civilians were the ones that suffered from it. Now, why they're not using ground operations? And there's something that if you watch Money Heist, when there's hostages in the situation, you need to tread carefully. So I think that's actually what the Nigerian army is doing. They're treading carefully so that disaster will not be magnified. No, let me tell you, it happened before and apologize. They hit innocent citizens. That's what guerrilla war. You understand? It's a pattern of war when you have civilians inside. You don't strike from the air. You go from the ground. You understand? And when you go from the ground, you have to take your enemies out one after the other. You understand? That's why they are trained. Like a footballer, you're saying, he doesn't know how to score. He doesn't know how to play in the pitch in 90 minutes. You understand? These are the military people. They know they were trained for this matter.
And another thing now enters the conversation and how they always decry that these people they're going to combat have better weapons and more ammunition.
And again, some are saying that they're not even well paid. Yeah, that is sad. So you said your face to the story.
I also saw a video over the weekend of how they feed a soldier sampled the kind of food they eat out there, and
in the forest.
Poultry, soup.
Although some senior military officials came out to this week debunk that, but however, with whenever there's smoke, there's fire. That's
sure. Of course, they are agencies are not well. The police, the soldiers, I don't think they are well taken care of.
We've got something interesting from MTN. MTN is doing a thing, the MTN Mega Billion promo, and plenty of you and me. I mean, Nigerians are winning big, and you could be next. You don't even have to call MTN to claim your prize. If you're the winner, they'll call or text you directly. So keep an eye on your phone, because your number could make you richer. Every weekday at 7 p.m., loads of Nigerians are getting the chance to win with prizes up to 5 million naira daily, 10 million naira weekly, and plenty of other cash prizes. Everyone could be the winner. To join, simply dial star 900 hash on your MTN line, and then every recharge of 100 or more will earn you more points and boost your chances to win at 7 p.m. That's yellow o'clock. If you don't have an MTN line yet, well, you should go out and buy one ASAP, because this promo won't wait for you. But while I'm talking, I've currently recharged my phone because, well, the time ends at 5 p.m. But when it ends, you don't have to worry. You can still recharge because it counts to your points for the next day. So don't miss out on your opportunity to win big. The MTN Mega Billion promo ends on the 21st of September. So go and make a difference with your recharge today, and you might just win big. The MTN Mega Billions promo. Of course, T's and C's apply, and visit mtn.ng for more details. Yes.
Okay, moving over to Daily Post newspaper. Are we done?
Let's look at the politics angle of it. Sododo celebrates birthday with patients, inmates, and Kebbi APC debunks defection rumors, reaffirms party strength. By-election, the public expresses confidence in APC's candidates. Gombe will remain PDP territory, says ex-governor. Fayose endorses Tinubu Oyebanji for second term. And sports, I almost joined Tottenham, and that's coming from Ola Aina. Osimhen set for Galatasaray unveiling, and CAF announces record $10.4 million Chan prize money.
Okay, moving over to Daily Post newspaper. We have this one. Ex-Borno Governor Sharif reveals how to end insurgency in Nigeria. He says, well, the erstwhile governor of Borno State, Ali Modi Sharif, has revealed critical steps towards ending the Boko Haram insurgency in Nigeria. Sharif urged the federal government to boost regional alliances with neighboring countries with a view to nipping the insurgency in the board. So this is actually what is coming from the ex-governor of Borno State in a way to actually curtail persistent or the insistent insecurity in Nigeria. Moving away from that, we have Nigerian army. Okay, we have a Nigerian army arrests suspected Nigerian terrorists in Yobe and neutralizes others. Nigerian army arrests suspected Nigerian, I beg your pardon.
Yeah,
Nigerian terrorists in Yobe and neutralizes others. And we have on 2027 Peter Obi on his way to PDP for presidential ticket. This is coming from Modi Sharif. Peter Obi on his way to PDP for presidential ticket. This is coming from Modi Sharif.
Interview with Ahmadu Sharif. Peter Obi, like the PDP, the Labour, and even the ADC, they have all agreed and affirmed that Peter Obi is a national asset, and that there is no party he will go to and that will not pull weight, as it were. So the PDP, they are trying to woo him to come back, that he has been their product for a long time, that he just left the party. That so they are trying to bring him back, since the ADC is not wanting to the Abubakar is not wanting to back out of the race, and so PDP is trying to take advantage of that and to woo PDP back to their camp. But let's see how it unfolds. A lot of drama will really unfold. Setting gradually.
Okay, still on Daily Post newspaper, we have food price quote. Nigerian farmers slam Tinubu for encouraging rice, maize import. Food price quote. Nigerian farmers are slamming Tinubu for encouraging rice and maize imports. We have PDP, ADC, I beg your pardon. ADC wants that Peter Obi cannot risk going back to PDP. This is comment from ADC. They are decided that he can't go back to PDP. Still on Daily Post newspaper, we have lawmakers explain polluter pays bill as Abia table water producers cry out. Lawmakers explain polluter pays bill as Abia table water producers cry out. And that is some of those striking headlines from Daily Post newspaper.
All right, just like the Nation's newspaper, we have a similar story here from the Sun newspaper. Says crack in APC as ANPP bloc threatens to pull out. And we have,
first of all, we saw the CPC fashion in the death of the former president. We saw the CPC fashion wanting to leave the APC, and now the ANPP fashion again.
The ANPP bloc threatens to pull out.
Like I said, the list is yet to be read. The film is about to start. We're just doing the rehearsals now.
Alright, we have similar story here coming. It says 2027, why Peter Obi won't go back to PDP, and ADC spokesman Abdullahi speaking there. Noise pollution, Lagos government seals popular lounge in Lekki. Also like similar thing to happen in Edo State, because some of the lounges around in residential areas, they're also disturbing residents.
I think they need to have the soundproof so that they cannot disturb. But if you have these lounges, some are supposed to be in residential areas.
Yes.
Supposed to be in commercial areas, so that
Okay, I'd like to bring up the church in my area. I love God, and I am a Christian, but I feel there are ways to do these things. Noise pollution is a no-no. Definitely no-no. But anyways,
Alright, so we have retirement rumors. I won't be distracted. I'm not retiring soon, and that's coming from Achishat Oshola, saying she's not retiring soon. She wants to play more football for Nigeria.
Edgerton side, and she's very active.
Throughout the tournament, she came from the bench, and some of the matches she didn't play.
Yes.
Because she also needs to allow youngsters to shine.
Exactly. And that's not to also take it away from South Shola. Thank you. 5 times. With experience, 6 times.
I forgot what the year.
One of the year. And in our club, BFC in the San Francisco, California, she's doing tremendous well. She had a good season last time. So I decided to do edges on the side, but she's still doing very active.
Alright, away from that, we have Ohaneze rejects bill elevating Ooni, Sultan, and other monarchs. Federal government raises bank reporting threshold to 25 million naira for individuals, 100 million naira for firms. And we have this coming Labour Party crisis. Youth wing raise alarm over planned evasion of National Secretariat. And 2027, no reason to worry about ADC, and it's coming from Oria. And we have Ethiopian Airline expands MRO, NNPC limited depends gas penetration with 6 mmSFG CNG and 40 mmSCFG LNG facility. Inflation war, CBN prioritizes discipline over stimulus push. And that's what we can take from the Sun paper.
I want to jump to there was a story that's still in the air about rice, the importation, and the president encouraging the importation of rice and maize. And
Importation?
Encouraging the importation. That was on the Daily Post. And I don't think that should even be the question at all. I think it's how do we make our local imports, our local development good. I don't think we should start telling or encouraging people to import. I think encouraging people to import is like saying it's almost admitting defeat. I feel.
I'm not just that alone, sir. We should be careful of those GMO. That's what I'm saying. Because if they're encouraging the importation of rice, then it begs the question of the 2,000 tractors that the president just commissioned.
What are they planning to use it for?
What is it going for? It's a process, my brother. It's a process.
And of course, if they do this, then fertilizers
Nigeria.
It's all just. Finally, it's not a magic now. It's a style.
So why should we?
I don't think it should even be encouraged.
It should be discouraged. So that we can patronize media.
Exactly. And maybe not even on the large scale.
Nigeria first that the president has always talked about. Let that be our watchwords. Nigeria first on everything.
It's still a bit
But I love that banana rice. Very rice. Rice is there. Oh God.
So I feel just to make the environment a lot more suitable for these types of activities and make the farmers,
Go to family case.
Yes, we can produce and increase our tariffs. Just like Trump is doing. So instead of really saying Nigeria is one of the few places that you put seed in the ground and it grows. I had this backyard and I tried to grow tomatoes. Nothing. Zero. But in Nigeria here, you just put it in the ground and then it sprouts. Yeah. So we still have that edge. So and encouraging imports, I don't think that's the way it's going. Sure. No way. Alright, and we're looking at the dailies here. I've got the Vanguard newspaper right here. Of course, most of the stories are repeating itself, but we have Tinubu gifts each Falcon player $100,000 national honors.
$100,000, man.
Yeah, that's like, I think that's what my daughter is going to do. And for those who have children, maybe you should start thinking of football club, eh?
I'm getting a jersey.
Right? We need one female right here. And we also have Nigeria is crumbling under poverty, insecurity, and elite failure. And that's what Utomi is saying. Let's see if we can go a little bit into that story. A political coalition known as the Big Tent yesterday warned that the country is collapsing under the weight of poverty, insecurity, institutional decay, and elite failure. Speaking on behalf of the coalition at a media briefing, convener of the Big Tent, Professor Pat Utomi, described the situation as an existential crisis requiring urgent civic action and responsible leadership. It's always easy to come and cry. Yes, we're facing issues. I would love solution-based conversations. But still moving on. We'll ban Nigerians traveling for birth tourism. And that's what you said. This has been in the newspaper for a while. And the US is not playing around. And it seems like,
Trump already mentioned that. I'm only sure he's just reminding Nigerians.
He's just saying, remember, let's go into the story. The United States of America has vowed to withhold visa approval from Nigerians whose sole intent of traveling to the U.S. is for primary purpose of birth tourism. The U.S. mission in Nigeria issued a warning yesterday in a post on its official X handle saying the practice was not permitted in the U.S. We'll deny your visa if we believe your primary purpose is to travel to give birth in the United States, to just for a charge to be citizen. I don't know, I think we should remove Nigerians from that line. It seems like it's everyone,
But it's not with Nigerians. And like Nigerians are so happy when they...
Not just Nigerians.
It's not Nigeria.
Most Nigerians.
They do it. You say proper to work as 8 months gone, 7 months gone. She's applied.
It's not just a Nigerian thing.
Recently, there's this Pastor Jerry Eze. He was so happy because he now finally got citizenship. And
Pastor Jerry Eze.
I'm like, why are you so happy? Why are you so happy you got citizenship abroad?
Well, again, like I said, the mentality of it is it's these people who have bought into the white picket fence dream that America sells you. And hey, they've got a strong economy, so I'm not saying that they're the strongest in the world, but again, some people see it as a liberation once they can get another passport, and hopefully things can change in Nigeria so it's not that case as well. Still looking at the Vanguard newspaper, we still got other headlines right here. Don't forget, if you're just tuning in, you can leave your reactions on the WhatsApp. We'll read it out right there. You can start leaving your reactions from now, and let's keep going. 2027 coalition about Nigeria, not me. Obi, El-Rufai, Amechi, and that's what Atiku is saying. The 2027 coalition about Nigeria, not me, not Obi, not El-Rufai, or not Amechi. We also have US, Russia ditch Nigerian ports, seek access to Togo port. US and Russia ditch Nigeria ports and seek access to Togo port. Is this a problem that that's brewing. Let's see. Despite ongoing reforms and efforts to construct new ports and rehabilitate existing ones, world powers, including the United States and Russia, are actively seeking to secure access to the port of Lomé in Togo, which has emerged as a key maritime hub in West Africa. The increase in volume of trade between Asia and West Africa has likely seen Lomé Port transform into a key regional container port. Major ocean carriers, specifically MSC, have responded by redeploying ultra-large container vessels, that's ULCVs, to the route. This has come as a major boost for liner connectivity of West African ports, including Lomé. And in a view of these trade advantages, the U.S. pledges to expand its African market access through Lomé Port. Last week, the embassy in Lomé, led by the charge d'affaires, Richard C. Michaels, conducted a tour of the port's facility. But yes, still looking at the Vanguard newspaper, former ANPP members give conditions to remain in APC. Former ANPP members give conditions to remain in APC. What are the conditions? Abuja, ahead of the 2027 general elections of Nigeria People's Party, that's ANPP bloc, in the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC has given President Bola Tinubu conditions to meet or risk its exit from the ruling party. The ANPP bloc added marginalization by both the Congress for Progressive Change as the CPC bloc and the All Progressives Congress, the APC bloc, in the tripartite agreement that formed the national government in 2015. The ANPP bloc, which noted that the CPC bloc had ruled Nigeria for 8 years, with the APC currently in power, warned Tinubu against tampering with the vice presidential seat, insisting that the position remained sacrosanct for the ANPP bloc as the second largest contributor to the formation of the APC. Speaking at a briefing in Abuja yesterday, members of the bloc operating under the aegis of Association of former ANPP members demanded inclusivity in the APC government. And yes, I believe that's
okay. Now I see where the problem is coming from. I think the attempt to remove Shettima will only cause problem, chaos in the APC.
So if you want to explain that, you say Shettima belongs to the ANPP bloc.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, I'm still looking at the... Okay.
No, I was trying to say, how about the force of the Congresswoman's? He has his own block too. Because
they are not among the APC. They are members of the APC.
Okay, but rumors are going on now that the president is trying to, but I think that meeting did not see light of the day because we saw after that meeting, we saw coming out to say that the North have been marginalized by the sitting president. Okay. So I don't think that meeting saw light of the day. Okay. But I stand on phones because politicians are tricky. It's an actual thing. They are tricky. So at the end of the day, as time goes on, we'll see how that unfolds.
Alright, still looking at the top stories here in the Vanguard newspaper. We have the 2027. We expect more governors in APC soon, and that's what Sule is saying. Also, we have second term. Flyme's absent as Fellowship and others endorse Tinubu. Also, we have right here Alaibo bleeding, Udigbo dying in large numbers. You can read more about that there. But yes, that's all we have here.
Okay, I want to jump in on into the headline that says that Dangote presses Tinubu to stop importation of petroleum products. I think Dangote is saying what he's saying because it is a shame that the Nigerian government has been unable to fix its refineries. That is why he has all the audacity to say, and for me, people are trying to say, oh, he's trying to monopolize the system. Yes, he will. And at the end of the day, if Ken's not taking, he will succeed. Because the Warren refinery, Kaduna refinery, and the Port Harcourt refinery, as we speak, one of them is working
fix that Port Harcourt refinery. That was
that fixing particular offense 2019?
Is it the time where rumors came out that they were selling old storage of crude? Is it last? That was last year.
Last year,
That was just last year.
that thing was someone just
We also say it almost worked early this year. They gave us 6 dates, different dates that it will start working.
Unfortunately,
May 19th, they came out again to say 30 days time that the environment, and I said to hear, I said, it wasn't going to work. But Patrick said, we should give them benefit of doubt. We have win until July 29th.
I just pray the new NNPCL boss will fix that.
We should give them more benefits of doubt.
We should give them more time.
More time.
Alright, okay.
Our money is still going on. More time. Millions of naira.
we shouldn't buy like in 2 times in a month.
NNPCL, they know what they are doing.
You know the Nigerian refinery is very fragile, so we have to handle it carefully.
Okay, let's move over to MTN. MTN is doing a thing with the MTN Mega Billion program, and plenty of Nigerians are winning big, and you could just be less. You don't even need to call MTN to claim your prizes. If you're a winner, they're gonna call or text you directly. So keep an eye on your phone because your number could just make you richer. Every weekday at 7 p.m., loads of Nigerians are getting the chance to win with prizes up to 5 million naira daily, 10 million naira weekly, and plenty of other cash prizes. And just anyone could be the next winner. To join, simply dial star 900 # on your MTN line, then every recharge of 100 naira or more will earn you more points and boost your chances to win at 7 p.m., which is yellow o'clock. And if you don't have an MTN line, what are you waiting for? Go get yours ASAP because this promo won't wait for you. When I'm actually talking, I'm recharging my phone because the time is 5 p.m. and that's when they stop counting points for the day. But no worries, if you recharge after 5 p.m., those points will count towards your chances for the next day. So I urge you to not miss out on your opportunity to win big and better on the MTN Mega Billion promo, which will end on the 21st of September. So go and make a difference with your recharge today, and you might just win big and better on the MTN Mega Billion promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Yes.
MTN.NG for more details.
The 21st of September is just around the corner. So
And don't forget, our own 10% of your billions and millions. Just kidding about that. I hope you actually do win this.
Alright, this did Mr. Price next, and we have this story. E-payment transaction rise 17.7% to 284.99 trillion naira in Q1 2025.
Let me take over there. E-payments transactions rise 17.7% to 284.99 trillion in the first quarter of 2025. There, we still have other headlines right here on this day. Newspaper. Tinubu, of course, some repeating stories. Tinubu rewards each Falcon players with $100,000 3-bedroom flat and national honor. Peter Obi, president using misleading statistics to conceal economic hardship. And he had a lot to say there. Let's just go a little paragraph into that. Labour Party's presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections has accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of presenting inaccurate statistics to obscure the country's worsening economic situation. The Post next, Obi said Tinubu has, as candidate of the All Progressives Congress during the last presidential election, once ridiculed its emphasis on data when discussing governance. Obi stated that in November 2022, while campaigning in Delta State, Tinubu said he was ashamed to call my name and mocking me, saying that statistics we go chop. All I want to do is put food on the table of Nigerians. Alright, you can read more about that on the This Day newspaper. Also, we have airlines must pay first, need compensation to passengers or risk sanctions. Airlines must pay first, need compensation to passengers or risk sanctions. Let's go into that story. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority yesterday charged local and international airlines operating in Nigeria to comply with the first need compensation regulation where a passenger's luggage is short-landed. The short-landed baggage, NCA clarified, refers to checked baggage accidentally left behind at the origin airport that arrives on a later flight. NCAA noted that Part 19 of the Civil Aviation Regulation 2023 provides that affected local passengers are paid 10,000 naira and international passengers are paid $170 in the event of landed baggage. I like the disparity, but again, it's nice to see that at least some regulations are being meted out, because I did have some friends that have lost luggages while flying, and it's a very terrible thing to suffer from. But yes, according to the Agency for International Airlines, they have a window to pay the amounts defined in their terms of carriage failure, which attracts $170 without reduction. Alright, so that's a good one there. Still looking at the headlines here, we have NCDMB facilities creation of over 50,000 jobs, 12 million training man hours. And we have right here e-payment transactions. Okay, I did say that earlier. Yeah, I believe that's all we have here on this day newspaper. Most of the stories are repeating itself. So don't forget, you can leave your reactions on the WhatsApp tab, and the numbers are still the same: 0904-436-2225. Alright, we'll take a couple of calls, just a few calls. I remember we're going to keep it short, we've got to keep it sweet. We're not going to stay on air for too long. Just let's get your point out in a minute and 40 seconds. Let's do that really quickly. Hello, welcome. Hi, welcome. Good morning. Yes, good morning and welcome. Thank you very much for that reactions. We also have a couple coming from the top. Let's see. morning. We're trying to drive some traffic there. The numbers to call 0904-436-2225. And also on our Facebook, you can join us live and see all the action. We got Grace Jean saying, boss, good morning. Boss, good morning to you too. Okay,
You mean WhatsApp message because you mentioned call again.
WhatsApp message, sorry. I see, I'm so used to the old school. But yes, we're keeping things digital this morning.
Grace Jean, actually, it's a person from Holland, following EBS so closely and so clearly. Yeah, so once a good morning to you. Thank you so much. Well done. That's beautiful. Tuesday morning, the month is coming to an end, and our bus is coming in. Why we get the traffic set? Really, like I said yesterday, I really want to make sure that I comment on Edo South leaders, like I said before. I will continue to say this until I see pragmatic development from Edo South leaders. Talking about our senator representing Edo South, and of course the House of members representing Edo South. I tell you, true Edo South, they're suffering. I don't know if I'm correct this month. Because I was shocked the other day that you said you can't even leave your house when the rain was falling. Yes. Billions and billions have been collected as constitution projects.
If you even look at Edo State being a oil producing state, it is because of Edo South. And Northeast. These local governments have a lot of gas. You know what? Oil is underdeveloped. There are over 50 communities that have no electricity in the world. The headquarters of oil is Abudu, and about 40 other villages around Abudu have been out of light for over 10 years. The headquarters of
it's touched down to one of the local governments too. Yeah. And there's no light there. There's no roads. So when I say I'm empowering XYZ persons, I don't know where these people are coming from.
It is their party members.
So AJ Sports just joined us. I wanted to just bring you in officially. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning everybody. God bless Nigeria. So we should not leave out the State Assembly's leader inside Edo South. So I think all of them need to work in unison, but like I know guys said, we've not seen active or pragmatic steps being taken place. But when you see these guys mainly on social media showing empowerment, and sometimes some of these things that they use for empowerment are sometimes shameful in our opinion, because you need human capacity building.
How do you give somebody that is working for the government because he's a party member? You are doing empowerment, you give that person bike.
Sometimes I don't know if you saw one in one of the states.
It's a sewing machine. Let's give a sewing machine.
Sewing machine.
We saw the last time. We saw the last time POS machine.
Yeah, we even saw one in one state. So it's the governor giving out.
It's funny. No, I was given a tire. I don't understand. And when you go to the constituency allowances, they give them yearly billions, amounts of naira. And what did they do with it? I'm calling out on them seriously. There's no roads in Edo South.
Their purpose of going there is get all they can and cut all they get.
One thing is that when we talk about constituency allowances, we also need to understand that most of this money don't come to them directly. They only bring out some issues that need to be sorted out in their community, in their locality, where the National Assembly will have to look for how to sponsor this project. But this is where the rubber hits the road. Is most of these projects that will still come out will be done by their prosy companies.
I went for a job in the north and I saw that constituency, that area, and I said it was the House of Rep member represented that area. It was good road network, it was light. I could not believe that place was in Katuna. I was shocked. But coming to Benin and Edo South here.
Our senator representing Edo South, front of the house, they not turn.
I was always going there.
The road is not tied. Front of his own house in Benin City. The road front of directly on his gate. It's not tied.
How does he
has a SUV car, so I mean, he's not bothered.
let's forget about the SUV. He can still see these things with his eyes. So, I don't know.
So sometimes when I hear him on the floor of the house moving 1 or 2 motions, I just look and I just laugh. I just laugh. I don't understand. I just pray that I'm calling upon them to please. That you actually, like what AJ was said, even the State House of Assemblies, your constituency, try. Yes. And let these people feel your impact.
Alright, don't forget we are getting your reactions this morning on WhatsApp 0904-436-2225, and also we also get your reaction on Facebook, and that's at EBS Benin. That's NG, and also don't forget we can also get your reaction on X at EBS Benin.
Yes, you can leave your reactions there. We got a message coming in. It says, "Good morning, Iroka AJ. That symbolizes A for apple, J for jog. I day here. This is the reason that they pave way for huge failure. A woman could not stay in its husband's house after taking an oath. Coalition people are political hawks, yelling to grab power at all costs of their selfish gains without putting people's interests first. They are in a position of disarray that will yield no significant milestones and efforts." And this is coming from Ralph, and he calls himself the Oracle from ATT GRA. So yeah, keep your reactions coming in right here on WhatsApp 0904-436-2225. There were some juicy headlines today, and yeah, let's see what your reaction is. And we're going digital, so you can send a message right here. We're also streaming. I can see St. Patrick on Facebook right here. You can see me as well, and Chris and Abs. Also, AJ Sports, and what makes us so different? Here's AJ and AJ. By the way, yes, you can join us right here on the show. This is the newspaper review. Right here, and yeah, please let's dive into the world of sports.
I don't want to be a woman this time.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at the really catchy headlines I've been everywhere. $100,000, a house, a huge sum. That's a huge money, right? What are your reactions at? 15 million.
Yeah, I think this is, first of all, it shows that I would like to say big congratulations to the girls, and also a big thank you to the presidency for this kind gesture given to these girls. It shows to anybody that you can become whatsoever you want to be. These guys really made us proud. In the words of the president, these guys even inspired him. It inspired a lot of Nigerians, especially going to a very hostile environment, playing in Morocco, going 2 goals down in the first half. And it was all over playing against the host. They had the 12th player, which is the fan, behind them. They were already cruising to victory. And a lot of these guys playing for the first time in their career in the AFCON, in the World Cup. So I think it's really a very huge challenge that the Encobras was just too big for them to somersault. But they did it. And also, like I said, big congratulations to them. But also the 100K in dollars, that should be about 152 million.
100K is in dollars.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's 100K in dollars.
If it's in dollars, you say $100,000.
Okay, now it's 100K. Okay, $100,000 in naira is about 152 million naira thereabout as of today, and that's really massive for the guys, especially those ones coming from the home scene from Nigeria. I think they've not seen such money before. Maybe Esther Okonkwo, who was the star guy in the tournament, even if Ajiman Rashida won the woman of the tournament. But I think Esther Okonkwo was very fine. Her father was a former professional. So I think that was also a plus to her. But
we also saw Azizat Oshoala saying that she's not stepping down and she's not retiring soon.
Yeah, I think
she wants to continue playing football.
Yeah, she made that very clear. But also, I think where I had my little bit of objection was for the players giving $100,000 and the crew members were giving $50,000. I think
it's not 50K, it's 50,000.
It's 50,000.
If it's from 50, you use K.
Yeah,
from 100,000, you say 100,000. All in capital letters.
But in naira, you can use 100K.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think that
the coaching crew, right?
Yeah, the crew, the 11 crew members were giving $50,000. I think that is, we have a little objection in my opinion.
The crew was in
and we are supposed to earn equally.
Same.
Yeah, I think because maybe you give it to the girls because they put on the work and they got the result. But if you have ever managed a football team, you understand what I'm trying to say because I'm into football management.
Why are you not applying that to football? Probably league matches where you have, for example, you have Cristiano Ronaldo earning huge sum of amount for Al-Nassr, and the coach is earning something linked to not even up to the least player in the club.
I think it's because of this one is not salary. This one is bonuses for winning. So, for instance, Al won against Manchester City, and every member of the team were giving $5 million each as a bonus, both the players and the coach. Al-Hilal won against Manchester City, and every player, every member each were giving $5 million, whether the player, the crew, the coaches, the kit men. So I think that is separate. And also we see some coaches who even earn higher than every player. For instance, in Fenerbahce, Jose Mourinho earns very, very well, and maybe one or two players might just even match his salary. Also, Al-Hilal currently in Saudi Arabia, Simeone Inzaghi earns very good. I think, but we're talking about reward for winning, and that is the case. So I think every member in the squad, whether the players and the crew members, should have been given.
A gift is a gift. It's coming from the presidency. You don't reservation. A gift is a gift. The president is gifting the girls money, and he decided to say, okay, girls, wonderful performance, take 100,000 naira, and coaching crew, 50K. Yeah, that's simple. It's a gift.
Yeah, I understand it's a gift, but what I'm trying to say is that this reward should have been done equally, because I think that's what I'm saying, because he is maybe not really into football management. He doesn't understand the works that these people put in. So, so I think he have special advisors on sports who should understand this. So those guys should have advised him and let him understand.
No, maybe just a sport movement. They have excitement, saying the trophy. It's like, look at my guys, I give you $100,000, man. The coaching crew, $50,000.
I think he has.
The sport writers, I give you maybe $10.
I think honestly, you might say it's the sport the moment, but you know how these things work. The president cannot announce this on the spot the moment. It must be premeditated. So everything should have been already talked about with his advisors when it comes to sport and some other economists, so that they will understand where this money will be coming out from. But I think, in my opinion anyway, I'm just showing this maybe because I'm into management.
I appreciate the gift because I thought it was going to be an all-end thing, and that's all.
Yeah.
I already know. I already know of the ON, and also aware of the house gift. I'm not 100% sure of the gift, the money prize.
Even the houses also, you might
also access to some players before, national players, and they didn't get it out.
That's what I'm saying.
They got it months later, like years after.
I think
I saw that in 1994.
Yeah, the 94 squad was given to Ahmed Buhari. Yeah, those ones are still.
President Buhari.
But I gave them that squad. So,
I saw. Is it Clemens Western of Buffalo Joe getting his house after years after?
Yeah, that should be over 20 years after.
That's not a gift again.
I think one that we also appreciate was the under 17 squad. I think 2007, the likes of the Chrysanthos, the Hosseini, the Yakubu Alpha, Luke Maruna, during that time when Goodluck Jonathan was there, I think they gifted them the plot of land in Abuja. I think that one was very spot on. But we have seen, and we just hope this one might just
this one is a renew hope
estate. Yeah, so we just hope that
renew hope social housing.
Yeah, so we just hope that this one might just be different, and we get this gift across to these ladies. They really made us proud. Like my boss, Joseph Isipiro, will always tell me, the women are always winning. They're talking about basketball, the Tigers. They are also doing us proud over there, playing the Afro Basket Championship, which they defeated Rwanda in their first game, and the second game also still going very well for them.
Still on the Falcons, we understand that the Moroccans, they've taken the what's it called? CAF? No. Yes, they've taken CAF and the Nigerian Football Association to court, saying they used two ineligible players, two foreigners, to play the finals.
Yeah, I think that submission was made up even before the finals, but I think CAF overruled it, and if they are right, if they feel that that's the result coming from CAF was not right, they, according to the rules, they have the right to take it to FIFA.
They should find our court. We won the game. We won the match. There's a court of arbitration for sports.
Yeah, that's if FIFA cannot solve the problem, then they now go to sport of arbitration.
Court of arbitration for sports.
So I think it's very important. We also need that. We also have a case with CAF still awaiting the eligibility of Mokweda, who plays for South Africa. He was fed illegibly, allegedly against Lesotho. So I think we have these things all off in sports. There's always case to handle.
Alright, friendly matches played yesterday. We talked about the match between Zanzibar and Nigeria. I wonder who goes Zanzibar to hold Nigeria by goal legs draw. I don't understand what's happening.
I think, football right now has really developed actually. So, talking like that, you've seen a lot of crazy things. A lot of crazy things has happened in football. So you don't just have people you can just push over again. So we saw that game. Not really a good one, but the Chan Eagles just preparing for the Chan AFCON that will be beginning in the next few days now. I think August the 2nd, we'll see the Chan Eagles or the Chan AFCON start in Kenya. And it's going to be a massive one for domestic players applying their trade in their leagues.
Alright, we'll take a break now. We'll return. We'll be looking at some friendly matches played yesterday, and that will be played today. And also, we'll be looking at the windows and who is switching from one club to the other. We'll be right back after this break for the news bits.
Chairman designated Edo State Local Government Service Commission. In a statement by the Secretary to the State Government, Umar Musa Hilo, said the nomination will be forwarded to the House of Assembly for consideration and confirmation. Kabiru Ajuto is an astute politician, community leader in Akoko, Edo local government area of Edo State, and the former Speaker, Edo State House of Assembly from 2009 to 2019. In the meantime, Governor Monday Obolo has approved the appointment of architect Fashion Emmanuel as the Executive Director and CEO of the Edo State Flood, Erosion and Watershed Management Agency, Edo FUBA. He is to replace the outgoing Executive Director and CEO of the agency, Ahmed Musa Momo, who has by this notice been relieved of the position. Fashion Emmanuel is a seasoned architect with experience spanning over 2 decades. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in architecture from the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ife, in 1999 and a master's degree in architecture from the University of Jos in 2011. His appointment takes immediate effect, according to the statement by the Secretary to the State Government, Umar Musa Ihilo. The State Government has suspended Felix Osamenge Issei, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Oil and Gas, following allegations of unauthorized fund raising using the state's name. And the decision comes ahead of the Shell Oil and Gas Summit set to take place in Benin City on Thursday, August the 7th, 2025. In an official statement issued on Monday, July 29, the Secretary to the State Government, Umar Musa Hilo, confirmed that Governor Monday Obolo has ordered the suspension of Mr. Issei due to his involvement in activities not authorized by the government. The statement also revealed that the advisor has been instructed to refund all monies received from donors under the guise of the summit. The governor further advised the public and prospective donors to cease dealings with Mr. Issei, emphasizing that the summit's organizer has been suspended and that the event has been effectively halted until further notice. And that concludes EBS Newsbit for 8:30. Thank you for listening and good morning. Sports Show on radio.
and so you have the preparation ahead of the new season. And so that's one of the few matches played yesterday, about 59, but the most popular. That's what we're looking at.
I think again, both from Belgium, so it's just a friendly game to see how they prepare themselves, because definitely we are going to meet Con when the season starts proper. Since going to now in favor of one of the biggest Belgian side, I think also one of the fierce team in when it comes to Europe. Congratulations to them, but like we said, it's just our pre-season just to see players' sharpness, fitness, and if they are ready to go.
Alright, if they're ready to go, and let's now go and look at the UEFA Champions League qualification matches that will be played today. And we're looking at the most important one. Drita of Kosovo will take on FC Copenhagen of Denmark, and that will be at 7 p.m. Nigerian time. And Dynamo Kiev will take on Dynamo Kiev of Ukraine will take on Handron of Malta at 7 p.m. and Kraben Zvezda of Serbia will take on Laken Red Imps of Gibraltar, and we have a few other matches that will be played today.
I think a very big one, like you said. I think teams like Dynamo Kiev will be expected to play in the Champions League. Also, FC Copenhagen, we say this team. Slava Braslavia, another very very good team from Czech. I know one of their striker from the Senegalese has been scoring from all cylinders. I think let's just hope and see if this team qualify and progress. Also, don't forget Karat. I think that's a very, very formidable, strong team. So I think progressing to the next round of the Champions League is going to be another very big one, because they also have to play against other teams.
Let's look at friendly matches that were played today at 1 p.m. Nigerian time. Mainz of Germany will take on Crystal Palace of England. A great match that we played. And let's look at all that before we have a kind of little analysis of some of these matches. Grasshoppers of Switzerland will take on Celta Vigo of Spain, and we have the match between Bari of Italy versus Canvas of Italy. And let's look at more of these popular matches. And Breda of Netherlands will take on Volos of Greece. And let's quickly look at these matches. Crystal Palace versus Mainz of Germany is a friendly match, and it's expected that Crystal Palace should win that.
Yeah, I think Crystal Palace, they are fighting in Europe, fighting UEFA verdict that removed them from playing the Europa League. They won the FA Cup last season, so they were supposed to play the Europa League. But there's a rule in Europe that you cannot have two clubs that have same stake. That one person has same stake. There's an owner that has same stake in those two clubs. They can play in the same competition, and that is what happened. That's what hit Palace. The owner said he has already left his stake, but they said the time factor is also considered. So I think they are still fighting the case. Playing in Europe, but playing against our Mainz, I think they are preparing very, very hard for next season. But some of their players are leaving the club right now. We understand that maybe Eberechi might just leave for Arsenal very soon, and also Mateta might also be leaving for maybe another club in maybe England or in Europe. So even their captain, Gelchi, we also expect that he might also leave, especially if Kanute leave Liverpool to Real Madrid. He might just be filling the space there in Liverpool. But big game against Mainz 05, another very prolific German side. Not really have they hit the horizon since the past 2-3 seasons. But when you are playing against a German team, you have a lot of work to put up.
The match between Crystal Palace and Mainz is more or less like a dress rehearsal ahead of the season opener, which is the Community Shield against Liverpool, and that's pretty soon in August. I'm looking forward to that. So Liverpool will take in on Crystal Palace at the Community Shield. It will be a very, very good match to watch. and looking forward to that.
Yes, Liverpool, the champion of the Premier League, are playing against the champion of the FA Cup. I think that's how most European teams normally open their season. And this time around, it's going to be something Crystal Palace were not expecting. They never expected to be champions when it comes to winning the FA Cup, but they did that in the grand style, defeating Manchester City, and now they are now champions. So they now have another point to prove against Liverpool, although it's like a friendly game, but pride is always at stake when any team is playing in the Community Shield.
Alright, more friendly matches will be played today, beginning from 7:45. Hull City will take on Sunderland of England, and Marseille of France will be hosting Valencia, and that will be a 7:45. More matches that will be played, and let's get on. We have Tennant of England versus Aston Villa under 21 of England. It's another match we'll be looking forward to. And let's look at the windows as we speak now. We have the news here that Chelsea are now close to completing deal for Jorah Heto from Ajax, and the deal at advanced stages with Ajax for the defender after agreement on personal terms since last week. Heto has informed Ajax of his desire to join Chelsea priority and dream move with Project View accepted.
Yeah, I think that news came in yesterday as the green light was given to Chelsea to move on. Teams are already almost done with the deal. Heto, a very fine player for both Ajax and the Netherlands. Watching play a couple of times, I think he is going to add something unique to that Chelsea defense that they were missing last season. But is Chelsea still good enough to wrestle for the title? Maybe only only after 38 games of next season we'll know.
Alright, we have more news here from the windows. Daniel Giladi joins AS Roman on €10 million deal from Hellas Verona. There will be also added on as part of the deal green light for Giladi to undergo medical tests this week. And we have the news here that Olympic Marseille agreed deal to sign Igor Pizarro from Feyenoord. The deal is placed for the winger to join Olympic Marseille on 5-year deal club to club, also agreed as La Province and RMCC. And Province Pizarro wanted Olympic Marseille despite effort and improved bid sent by Leeds United. His desire was Marseille.
I think Marseille just want to build up an army to wrestle Paris Saint-Germain. Also a very rich club in France. Some will even argue that I think allegedly one of the biggest club in France. Some see Paris Saint-Germain as a money-sucking club who just blew into the scene because of money. But Olympic Marseille, they are doing everything that are possible to see how they can fight against Paris Saint-Germain. Also hear that they have already had talks with Neymar to see if they can bring him to France to see how they can rival with the PSG. Neymar coming to Marseille is going to be another big rival.
We have Nottingham Forest, a great deal for Dan Ndoye to join from Bologna, and €40 million plus added on to Bologna. Player due to travel to England in the next 24 hours for medical to join Forest, and Makanaki wanted a top signing to replace Elanga, and Ndoye said yes to Forest, as revealed here last week. Let's look at all the great.
Talking about today, I think a very fantastic player, the Swiss player. Personally, I know his agent, and we tried to talk about this player. I think some summer ago, they said they were not going to accept anything lower than 40 million, and Forest got it. Very big congratulations to the very fine forward player. Something very, very magnificent to watch. I think it's going to add to Nottingham Forest playing in Europe. Don't forget that after the back and forth with Morgan Gibbs-White, when we thought that Gibbs-White have already signed for Tottenham for about 60 million pounds, everything got started, and Morgan Morgan Gibbs signed a new extension for Nottingham Forest. Good army of people that
Let's look at the last set of signings. We have Newcastle ready to pay few acts for Sesco, as Manchester United also call. Newcastle have presented their project to Sesco and also ready to bid for the strikeout. He accepts the proposal. Manchester United also called in the recent hours for Sesco to ask for conditions after internal discussions. And still on the windows, we have Sunderland agreed deal to sign Granit Xhaka from Bayer Leverkusen, a €20 million transfer fee agreed between clubs, and Xhaka will sign a 3-year contract at Sunderland until June 2028. And Xhaka will fly to join Black Cats ready, and that will be in later today. And we have finally that Chelsea maintained confidence to sign both Xavi Simon and Joe Heto, and deals on negotiations continue with IS after agreement with Heto on contract last week seen as a matter of time. Xavi Simon won Chelsea and talks with RB Leipzig and on the way on the final fee and structure of the deal.
Yeah, I think first of all, Granit Xhaka moving back to the EPL after playing for Arsenal. Some couple of weeks ago, we already had agreed a deal to move to Saudi Arabia, FC Nyon, where we have Alexander Lacazette these days. But Sunderland, the Black Cats, I think for the way that they have been out of the EPL, one of the most traditional side. I can't just wait to see the Stadium of Light, where we really enjoy watching Sunderland play. With Granit Xhaka, with his own experience with Arsenal and what he did magnificently with Leverkusen last season, is going to be a very massive one. And also, Xavi Simon, we're expecting him to move to Chelsea. I think it's only a matter of time we'll see that move come true for Xavi Simon. Very fine attacking squad. He will just be adding to the quality of Chelsea attack.
Alright, that's sports updates this morning. Let's say big thanks to the team this morning. Sugar Baby, thank you for being a part of the show today. AJ Sports, AJ. We have this one as well. Chris in Nabulele, it's also in the studio. Chris, one word from you?
Me now. Tommy. Okay. Yes, I want to say a big thank you to all fans listening to us. I want to say a big thank you to you, and particularly I want to say good morning to my friend, and of course, former Speaker of the Dostin House Assembly, talking about John Kabara Joto. I understand it's been elevated to another juicy office. I want to say congratulations to you, Kabara Joto. And
what did you say?
Yes, he's been nominated.
Nominated? Appointed.
Appointed. That's what appointed as the chairman local government, right?
Yes.
Okay, so congratulations to you, and more feathers to your cap.
More feathers to your cap, Joto, and we...
I know, I was here, maybe yes.
Yes, he came through for the radio and theatre here advocate. And we want to say congratulations to you, and we wish you all the best in your new office. From all of us, we'd like to say good morning